What's up, y'all? I'm Lady, and welcome to my 2023 reading wrap-up video. After 3 years away, I made my way back to this booktube channel, and I think I had a great reading year as well as a great year for this channel. So first up, in 23, I posted 65 videos to this channel. I participated and completed Vlogmas. I posted several book talks as well as vlogs and library trip videos, which I absolutely love to do. So I would say an A+, okay, when it comes to this channel, me making my way back and getting back into the swing of things. I'm happy with that. So my reading goal was originally to read 52 books. Early in the year, I realized that I was going to surpass that. So I increased it to 80 books, and I exceeded that goal by reaching 100 books in the year. So excited about that. The only other time that I have recorded reading 100 books in a year was during 2018. So I'm excited that I met that goal. I also had a page count goal of 25,000 pages, which I exceeded by reading 27,077 pages in 2023. So that was really good. I didn't read a lot of big books, but I got in the page count that I wanted to, and I'm looking forward to possibly, increasing that one. So let's get into some of my StoryGraph stats. In 23, I did record my reading using StoryGraph as well as Goodreads. At some point, I do plan to exclusively use the StoryGraph because I love it over there. And so the StoryGraph categorizes books by mood. And my top 4 reading moods were emotional, reflective, adventurous, and dark. And I must agree with that, because I think that really summarizes the type of books that I like to read. I love when books, bring out emotions. I love when it makes me reflect on things. I love adventure, and then the dark. I do read a lot of trauma, so the darkness of that, but also some of the mysteries that I got into had that dark component of it. So I think that's a good summary of the reading mood that I had in 23. So like I said earlier, I did not read a lot of big books. Most of the books I read were under 300 pages. 37% of those were between 300 and 499, which is pretty good in my opinion, 37%. And then I'm hoping to possibly, read some bigger books in 24, but I'm not mad at that stat. Fiction versus nonfiction. Now, I am a little disappointed in this one. I only read 15% nonfiction this year, and if I'm not mistaken, I usually hit the 25 to 30, or 35% nonfiction. So I got to do better in that area. So 15% nonfiction, 85% fiction in 2023. As you can see by this chart, I've read a variety of genres. At least this is how the story graph, categorizes things. But as you can see, historical fiction is number one. Historical fiction will always be number one, okay? And what I did notice is that I want to increase my literary fiction. I used to read way more literary fiction, so I want to increase that. That usually falls number two, but graphic works have taken over in that area because I'm just enjoying them so much. The ones that I've been finding, in the last couple of years. So that's that. This graph shows the books and pages read. I think this is a great depiction of my reading flow. I always start the year off high. I'm going to get in 10, 15 books a month, in January and sometimes February. And then there's a dip. And then it goes back up. Then summer rolls around and I'm reading a lot of romance lately. And it goes up. And then it just kind of mellows out at the end of the year. So I think this graph definitely shows how my reading flows throughout the year. And the final stat that I want to mention is of the 100 books that I read, 18 of them are books that I own, that I pulled from my own bookshelf. The remaining books were from the library. So, it's always a goal to not forget about the books once I purchase them and just have them sitting pretty on my shelf. So I got to 18 of them. And so I'm not mad at that. So that is it. 2023 was a standout year for me. I made my way back to BookTube. I really got into romance in 2023. And I really got into a lot of graphic works in 2023. And I really don't see that changing. So I may see in 24 that those things increase while other things decrease. Like I said, I'm seeing less literary fiction, but that's something I don't want to decrease. But we'll see how that goes. I try to keep it loose, with my reading because this is supposed to be fun. I do have some books that I just feel like I must read in 24, but at the same time, I'm not stressing. Books are supposed to be fun. So that is it. That is my wrap up of 2023. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I'm Lady, and I will see you all in my next video.